Hi, Mathi Kumar welcoming you once again to Mathi Meen Cooks. In today's episode, let's see a dry fish curry. Karuvatu Kulambu. Let's see the ingredients required. 6 or 7 dry fish. Today we are using sardines, washed and cleaned. 2 eggs. A small bowl of chopped onions. A bowl of chopped tomatoes. For the tempering, vadagam, mustard and urad dal about a teaspoon, methi seeds half a teaspoon, salt to taste, curry leaves, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of Mathi Meen curry chili powder, oil for the tempering, a lemon-sized ball of tamarind soaked in water and extracted, crystal salt to taste. Brinjals, don't cut them too small. We've just cut them like a fan so that they hold shape and they do not disintegrate in the curry. Raw banana cut into cubes. Adding vegetables to this Karuvatu Kulambu makes it tastier. Today we'll be adding brinjals and raw banana. You can add potato, you can add drumstick, you can add the stem of the green, particularly keera thandu, molakira oda thandu. You can add even mochakotte. These are all optional. The more you add, the tastier it is. Now let's get started. The pan is hot. Let's add the oil. 2 tablespoons of oil to the hot pan. Now the oil is hot. Let's add the mustard and urad dal, the methi seeds, the vadagam, now the curry leaves and the chopped onions. You can add 4-5 cloves of crushed garlic. Since I have tempered it with the vadagam, which has a lot of garlic in it, I have not added extra garlic. I am adding just a pinch of salt so that the onions brown faster. Vadagam is a flavoring ingredient, that is, it's made at home with a whole lot of ingredients like shallots, garlic, oil, curry leaves, mustard, urad dal, methi seeds, all these in proportion. We'll be bringing that recipe to you very shortly. We need bright sunlight for that because you have to dry them out. They last the year round and you can use it every time you're tempering your curries, your greens. They add an amazing flavor to it. The onions have softened. Now let's add the tomato pieces. Now the tomatoes have softened, we'll add a large pinch of turmeric powder. Mix it quickly. Now let's add about 1.5 tablespoons of Mathi Meen curry chili powder. Initially I had no clue how these curries were made. In my mother-in-law's house I was taught we would add the Mathi Meen curry chili powder to the tamarind extract and then add it to the tempering. It was very good. Once I was invited to a friend's house at Arcot, my staff shaker who comes on Mathi Meen Cooks, both of us had gone there and had lunch at her place. She made a katrika kara kulambu which was absolutely divine. Then she let out the secret. She told me, you have to fry the curry chili powder along with the onion and tomato. Then the curry tastes much better because the raw smell goes much faster. Try it. If you've been doing it the other way, try it this way. You'll see the difference. The onion tomato mixture has cooked very well in the chili powder. Look at the color now. Let's add the chopped raw banana. Let's add the brinjal pieces to the pan. We added just a pinch of salt to the pan when we were sauteing the onions. Now let's add a little less than a teaspoon of crystal salt. I'm adding about this much salt. The dry fish has salt in it. Now let's add the tamarind extract. Now we'll allow it to simmer for some time, at least 7 to 10 minutes. We'll cover and cook. The curry is beginning to boil, so let's open, give it a stir and gently add the raw eggs to it. We've not boiled the eggs, we are boiling it in the curry. After about 4-5 minutes, we'll gently tap the eggs so that the shell cracks a little. It would have partially cooked by then. When the curry seeps into the egg through the gaps of the broken shell, it gives an amazing flavor to the boiled egg. If you boil the egg outside and just add it to the curry, it will be a little bland. But when you boil the egg in the curry like this and crack it midway, it's mind-blowing. Do try it. Adding of the salt is very important in this dry fish curry. As of now, we've added just enough for the vegetables and the tamarind that we've used. Generally, dry fish is very salty. So you have to undersalt the curry initially. After you add the dry fish to the curry and it boils in it, then you can check the balance, and if necessary you can always add a little salt. Washing of the dry fish is equally important. It's dried outdoors on the sand, on the grass, wherever possible. So first soak it for a few minutes in hot water. Then scrub off the excess salt and sand sticking to the surface of the fish. Rinse it 4-5 times, preferably under running water, and then your fish is nice and clean, but it will still be a little salty. We've added the eggs and it's been about 3 minutes. Let's gently turn them over and allow it to cook again. Oh wow, smell is already so good. As you can see, the eggs have not cracked. They are still in the boiling hot curry. Stay put where I drop them gently, only because it's cooking on a very, very low flame. Never be in a hurry to do your cooking. When the vegetables and the egg cooks on such a low flame, it develops a nice flavor. It absorbs all the flavors of the ingredients we've used, and the end result is simply ultimate. So go slow and don't be in a hurry. Your eggs should not crack in the curry. Once it breaks, when it's not even boiled, naturally it will ooze out and mess up the entire curry. The curry has cooked for almost 8 minutes. Can get a nice aroma. Just to remind you, we've added raw eggs. Ensure you wash them very, very well before you add it to the curry. Now I'm going to give it a gentle tap and crack the shell. Turn it over and give it another gentle whack. Tap it just to crack the shell. It should not fall into pieces and fall into the curry. I'm going to cover it again now. It's been about 15 minutes since we've added the tamarind extract. Now let's open and see what our curry is saying. Oh wow, it's cooked pretty well. You can see the oil floating on top. That's a good indication that it's cooked. Now another 3-4 minutes we can add the dry fish. It's time to remove the eggs from the curry. We need to deshell them. Let's add some water so that the eggs cool down. A good tip to deshell the egg, very gently. You can hear the knuckles cracking. Now this is very easy to remove. We'll repeat with the second egg as well. Very gently. I'll add it to the simmering curry. Both the eggs are nice and smooth, not even a fragment of the shell sticking anywhere. Very gently make a superficial gash on it. And drop it in the curry. Now pour the curry onto the egg. Let it absorb all the flavors. It's time to add the dried fish. Ensure all the dry fish is immersed in the curry so that it cooks well in the gravy. Let's cover and cook for just a few minutes. Dry fish doesn't take too long to soften. So the dry fish has cooked for almost 5 to 7 minutes. It's done. You can get the flavor. I'll show you one. You can see it's cooked. Ideally, they say fish curry or even dry fish curry needs to be prepared the previous day. So if you're going to have it tomorrow, it's best to cook it today, allow it to rest, and have it with nice steaming hot rice. They say it tastes ultimate. Let's open, stir it just one more time. All the vegetables are perfectly cooked. You can see they've retained their shape, but they're nice and soft. That's how they should be. Now it's time to switch off the stove. So enjoy your Karuvatu Kulambu. I'm sure this has motivated you to cook. Do try it and give your feedback. For the recipe, click on meenman.com. For all your non-veg requirements as well, click on meenman.com and place your orders. Do follow us on FIT, that is Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. I'm sure you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed showing it to you. Thank you.